makes the great catch a bit. What an effort.
What is going on, everybody? It is the two main men of the hour.
It is your boy, Rene. Along with me, the one and only, JB. What's happening, John Borba?
What's going on?
And added to the team, added to the group, added to that SOL train. What's happening, Big Nate?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Big Nate coming with the big takes, the hot takes, every take you can get. Baltimore fan over here, so there's a lot of – we've known the type of slander that I've thrown at Lamar Jackson. So now Lamar Jackson has someone to back him up on the show. Thank Lord, because we know that Baltimore Ravens, unfortunately, have not brought in any help whatsoever outside of this draft, which we're about to get into. Also, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers. What the hell's going out there in Green Bay, Borba? Borba's excited. Borba's happy. Look at that smile. He knows.
Don't matter.
Get that man out of town. Right?
Matter.
It doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. That's what. So we're going to hit that. We're going to touch the winners, the losers, who got the best. Did the Cowboys make a mistake? Did the Vikings really upgrade, as Borba's telling us? Did Baltimore really get some help? And where the hell is Aaron Rodgers going? What's the best fit? So let's get this show started. And the only way to get it started, guys, is call Richland Auto Group, 575-200-8277. Y'all know who to hit up. Our boy, Malcolm the Wiggins. So let's go. Let's get it rolling. Let's get this rolling, man. So JB, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Man, whenever that news broke right before the NFL draft, it only seemed the perspective that has been given on Aaron Rodgers is that he's a diva. Ran Mike McCarthy out of town, sent him straight to Texas there with the Dallas Cowboys. Is Aaron Rodgers really the diva that a lot of the narrative that people were spinning at the beginning?
I really think he is. I think he's a hard guy to work with. There's been multiple stories. Greg Jennings got stories on, Aaron Rodgers. He said, there's just been stories about Aaron Rodgers getting guys out, getting guys that he wants in, but he doesn't – lately he hasn't been getting no help from his organization, from the draft. One offensive player drafted in the last 10 years, Jordan Love. I think he's a hard guy to work with. I think Aaron Rodgers is high maintenance. I think he could rub teammates the wrong way. Not necessarily maybe the best leader. I just think there's a lot of problems with Aaron Rodgers.
That almost feels like a biased opinion there, right, Nate? Coming from Minnesota.
Not at all.
It's almost like the famous words of Coach Whalen at Goddard. He's a prima donna. That's what it sounds like,
I think he is. I think he is. He's not. There's a huge difference between a guy like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Huge difference.
Yeah, one guy would take less money to win a championship. The other guy wants you to figure that shit out.
To bring back the whole
not even that.
team on
Not
both
even that.
sides. That's the first team.
You got
to do that.
You got Aaron Rodgers, who's been to one Super Bowl in his entire career, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a guy like Tom Brady, who's a leader, who's in your face, who's like Tom Brady's one of those leaders, like almost like a Michael Jordan type leader. Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, probably arguably one of the best, quarterbacks of all time. When you go, arm-wise, athleticism,
well, it's
smart
athleticism, but keep going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just everything put together. The next closest thing to him right now is Patrick Mahomes that can get out of the pocket, whatever.
2.0.
And I just don't. The way that he leads his team, I don't think it's enough. I don't think players get around him like they do for Tom Brady.
This is where I'm at.
Nobody wants to sign with Green Bay. Nobody wants to sign.
I've been riding that.
Yeah,
I've been riding that Aaron Rodgers train. I've been pumping it. True. Okay, conversation I had with Earl. He said if that's how he's going to be, get him out of town, get what we can get from him. That sounds like
they're going to do that though.
Well, the GM came out and said he's not going anywhere, which is what should happen. You have to buy into Aaron. Aaron Rodgers is easily the best player on that team. I don't give a shit how you feel about Jordan Love or what you think Jordan Love is going to be. The reality is we have not seen Jordan Love have a snap in the NFL yet. So we really don't know what he's made of. We only know what the reports say, which is that he's got a good arm. He looks good at practice, blah, 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 so on and so forth. My question really is for the Packer fans has Jordan Love shown a threat? It sounds like it. Has he shown some type of threat to Aaron Rodgers that's causing Aaron Rodgers to just completely lose his shit?
I just think it's an insult. Like, I think
And the guy's considering retirement.
What he thinks is that it's just a slap in the face for you to draft a quarterback in the first round after Aaron Rodgers had a good year that year before. A good year. It wasn't one of his best years, but it was a good year. And then wins MVP this year, still gets no help in free agency. I just don't think the way Aaron Rodgers sees it, he doesn't get no help. Like, the organization.
Would you agree with him when he says that, though?
In a way.
Put yourself in the pack for just a second.
I feel they could draft.
I mean, how much more help?
First round wide receivers.
Well, they've never drafted.
They've made it this far every time, and I mean, they're this far.
Yeah, but how much is that on Aaron Rodgers that they've gotten there?
It's not just him.
Realistically, honestly,
without Aaron Rodgers, that team is nothing. Average defense.
Just perked up right now, dude.
It's the truth. He knows it too.
No, yeah, 100%.
Aaron Rodgers are nothing.
The way he sees it though is that Jordan Love, he's willing to take the risk that Jordan Love is going to be that guy. But in reality, this is what I've been telling him, man. He and every single Packers fan, Josh Limrod as well. They are spoiled brats when it came to the quarterback game for the Green Bay Packers.
They don't know anything else.
Yeah, they've been so blessed. So right now, when Aaron Rodgers is throwing a jab back, they're like, "Oh, it's okay. We'll just get another quarterback." That's not how it works. Look at all the other teams that have they still can't figure it out. I mean, Jesus Christ, you got
Bears have been looking for a quarterback since the 80s.
Yeah, no offense. Y'all's whole division outside of Aaron Rodgers just can't seem to figure it out. No. Same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. We've always had a good quarterback, but not that step that we need to do. And hopefully Dak Prescott's that. But there's just so many teams that just can't happen to figure it out. I mean, look, even teams like the Lions in y'all's division. Matthew Stafford, how good is he really?
Tom Brady and Cam
Newton. He was good, but I think he had his
Cam Newton was put in a shitty situation.
A guy like Matthew Stafford, there's so many times where you have a good quarterback, but you just have an awful organization. Lions are just not a good organization. They're not going to do what they need to do to get your quarterback to be successful. Like, I don't know.
So Earl just said top 5 left tackle, top 5 running back, top 3 wide receivers, no help. LOL. I get that. But how much of that is from Aaron Rodgers? And the thing is that Aaron Rodgers does hold on to the goddamn ball a little bit too long sometimes because he's trying to create more than what there actually is. And that's most of the time where you can see where his turnovers come from. You guys might disagree. The viewers might disagree as well. I mean, but Aaron Rodgers is the reason that they're successful offensively. You can't take that away.
You got to give the big boys up front credit. Without them, he ain't shit.
No, 100%, which is how come Bakhtiari just got paid. Yeah. He's the second paid highest left tackle by like $5,000 because one of the other dudes wanted to be an asshole and just wanted like $1 more or whatever. Yeah. But like, let's not pretend like Aaron Rodgers really isn't the one that's winning them games. I mean, I get it. It's a team sport, so you can really point at anything. But Aaron Rodgers is what creates the W's.
I would love to see this season. You have pretty much the same team as last season. I would love to see Jordan Love win them 7 games. I would love to see Jordan Love. And you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers is not the reason y'all are winning.
100% agree. So
you might have Devontae Adams. You might have Aaron Jones. You might have Bakhtiari. But who cares? Like, Aaron Rodgers makes guys better. He makes guys better.
He's that dude.
He makes guys like what's his name? Lazard.
Yeah.
And all these
LVS or I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy with the golly.
But in reality, I mean, I get the offense is rolling. That's Aaron Rodgers has a lot to do with that. But at the end of the day, Kevin King did cause him that NFC Championship game last year. Also, a little bit of bullshit refereeing. We can all agree on that, yeah? No.
Well, the Packers are the same. Packers just got dominant. They got beat by a better team, more physical, just better team.
No, I don't think
they just can't climb the hump.
I don't know.
That's the Packers' problem.
Buccaneers defense was 100% loaded. I mean, Tom Brady had 3 turnovers.
Yeah,
Packers still couldn't capitalize on it.
And that's where Earl's argument normally comes in. Excuse me. Earl's argument comes in with me is that he did have 3 chances to go down and score.
Yeah,
and he didn't do it. So you do have to put that on Aaron Rodgers.
Having help and can't make plays.
You have to put that on Aaron Rodgers, but that's when you ask yourself the question that what happens if he does have another threat? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just someone a little bit better.
Like a
Someone a
go-to,
little
what
bit
you're
faster.
saying?
What are they going
Like
to
to
do?
have
Yeah.
a go-to, like
Someone
It's
outside of
like
Devontae
Brady.
Adams.
Nobody wants to sign with Green Bay. Green Bay, nobody wants to sign. Hasn't been. When's the last time they signed a high, top of the line free agent, guy?
Yeah, but we've never seen it like reports out that they've actually been looking for anybody. And at the end of the day,
So
the
they don't
Packers'
wanna help
ass
him.
cheeks are like this because they don't want to dish out any money.
Yeah.
I mean, we're finally seeing them move some money there. Rodgers to the Raiders makes the most sense. That's what Elazar just said. So let's talk about that. If Aaron Rodgers does leave the division, what's the best fit? What do you think?
It's going to take a lot to get a guy like especially since the front office is not willing to get rid of Rodgers. It's going to take a lot to even
Consider
nudge them into the direction of trading him. I just don't. I
Trade
don't
him
see
for
it.
who?
I don't
Who
see
would
it
they trade
happening.
for?
You got to
What do you
trade.
think?
You got to trade
I mean, you got
for this year's first round pick or this upcoming year's first round pick. Next year,
It's got like
other
5, huh?
picks.
Who's going to
I
take
mean,
that?
so
You
would
said that
Raiders, would the
earlier.
Raiders take the risk on him already saying he wants to retire? I mean,
The only
I don't think is it worth the risk.
no, I don't. Not to give up that
For
many
2
picks
years, 3 years, maybe.
for a guy who's
the
just
only
like
team that
playing
makes
retirement.
any type of sense for me, and I mean this has been everybody talking about it in the sports world, is the Denver Broncos, right? Because they already have a team that has a defense. When you look at the Raiders, even like Derek Carr, I don't think he's as great as what people make him out to be sometimes.
I don't think nobody.
But at the end of the day, they still put up the Raiders' offense
Derek
puts up 30-plus points a game. The defense is just shitty. So even if you go put Aaron Rodgers in that
That's
type of
also
the same boat
offense,
he's in
it's
now.
going to be the same thing.
Yep.
It's going to be the exact same thing. You're going to come down to final possessions. And then if anything, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you want to create that narrative where every time it's in a game-winning situation, it's always on you? If you lost, it's on you. If you win, it's on you because it's going to come down to the final drive. It seems like the Denver Broncos are the best fit, and they probably are the ones that can give up the most. But really, if you're Green Bay, you hold on tight until you get exactly what you want to get.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You can look him up.
Nope.
No,
Let's end this with this. Is Aaron Rodgers playing for the Green Bay Packers in 2021?
he might sit. He might throw a fit.
Yeah,
He's not playing.
He's literally willing to give money back.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He might just sit.
He's not playing.
He's hosting Jeopardy.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing.
Oh,
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers
That's where
do.
he's going to get his
Aaron
paychecks
Rodgers,
from Jeopardy.
for the sake of football, for the sake of our Sundays,
Just sit out.
for the sake of
Just sit out.
of
Just
the
sit
football life getting any better or staying better, or the NFL.
Aaron Rodgers don't make the NFL better. He
Aaron
makes Green Bay's
Rodgers.
Packers fans feel better. about their
Aaron
team.
Rodgers is a talking point almost every single week. The guy just won the MVP last year,
I don't
JB.
think nobody
Stop
likes.
it. You got to
likes
stop
him.
disrespecting
Nobody
the guy.
likes Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody.
Nobody except Packers fans
That's crazy.
and people like you.
Crazy.
Renee rode him pretty hard last
People,
season. So
yeah, people like
That's
Renee.
crazy.
he rode him pretty hard. So
Nobody,
People that
nobody cares about him.
understand the value of a legitimate quarterback. I mean, I'm having an argument.
Aaron
with-
Rodgers is not a likable guy.
I get that, but
I
he's
mean,
definitely
so many
a
people-
talking
neither
point.
is Tom Brady.
I've-
you gotta give him
I've-
respect. You gotta
I
give him respect.
used to not like Tom Brady, but he has been. He's.
That's 100. That's 100% valid there, Earl. I think that's where I think you're coming from. It's hard.
No.
It's hard for you. It's hard for me to take you seriously when you
The
say
Vikings fan.
Aaron Rodgers. Nobody cares about Aaron Rodgers when he's one of the main talking points on Sundays on any show that you watch. You got Kirk Cousins in the back. Lamar Jackson can't really throw a ball, so it's hard to. And I got Dak Prescott. So Aaron Rodgers is that guy, bro. Let's calm down with the slander there, yeah? You got to pay the dude some respect. After the shitty year that you just talk shit about completely on him, the guy comes out and wins MVP, and all you got to say is
Still fell short.
he ain't
You
shit.
get all the MVPs you want.
Who cares?
All right, man, let's
He's
move
not
on.
winning Super Bowls.
Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Let's go. All right, so we got draft JB. Let's just break it down for us here. Vikings. Conversation we had last night. You're back on that Super Bowl
yeah.
bus train,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Just break
This
this
is all
break
in,
down
bro. It's
to
an all-in year.
give us a
It's
spill.
all
Give
in
us a spill here about the Vikings and what we're expecting of them.
All right,
And then we'll end
so-
the Viking conversation
Okay.
right there.
So, Vikings, bad O-line. We've had a bad O-line. That's always been the excuse since Kirk Cousins has been here. Bad O-line. Can't have the right protection against a good front seven. That's why he's not winning, certain games against certain teams. what do? We get a Darrisaw, left tackle, first round. In the third round, we get Wyatt Davis, Ohio State, big guard.
Oh, let me pause real quick.
Yeah.
So when the draft was going on, you were a little bit upset about the first
I was
round.
upset,
About you guys
but-
trading outside the first round.
But
Explain that real quick.
okay. So I got upset. The pick before us was the Chargers.
Yeah.
And they took Rashawn Slater.
Yeah. Which was the
projected
number one.
Number 2 projected left tackle. And Penny Sewell was supposed to go to the Bengals.
Yeah.
He should have gone to the Bengals, but they drafted Jamar Chase, 3-and-out with Joe Burrow. So he slides, and because he slid, Rashawn Slater slides.
Kasua went to Detroit.
Sewell went
Yeah.
a pick later to Detroit.
Detroit division.
So that's just how the
That's
draft
gotta hurt
works,
just a little
guys.
bit.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. So Rashawn Slater's like, all right, I got this guy. We got this guy. And then Chargers take my guy. But Darrisaw, who was in many mock drafts projected to go in Minnesota at 14 in the first place, like we traded back. Like I was pissed at first, but we traded back 9 spots, got some more picks, and still got the guy that we were probably going to get anyways, most likely. So I was upset because I thought he'd be gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Who the heck are we going to draft at 23? You know what I mean? Especially if the left tackle's gone. We were screwed.
Yeah.
We were screwed.
Yeah.
And it would have ruined the whole draft. But we get our first round left tackle. We get a guard from a big school, Ohio State. He's gonna those 2 guys are gonna be starters from day one. All off season, what have we done? Zimmer's addressed his defense, secondary, Pat P, get Xavier Woods. We get Danielle Hunter back. We get Michael Pierce back, who opted out. We get Dalvin Tomlinson, another defensive tackle. We're solid. Anthony Barr returns. He's healthy. Eric Hendricks missed the last 5-6 games when we were contending. And we didn't win a game, I don't think, after we won like 1 game after he got injured. So we got the heart and soul of our defense back. We got guys that can play in the secondary. I think we're set.
Bike Queens.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna win the division. I'm calling it. We're winning the division this year.
Those are bold words.
We're winning the division.
You sound like a Cowboys
At least
fan,
12
dude.
wins.
I will agree with you
We're
here.
winning the
Okay.
division.
The Minnesota Vikings are.
We have no more excuses. There's no more excuses. Kirk Cousins, you got your O-line. We got our running back. We have wide receivers. We have 2 we're right up there. Best wide receiver, wide receiver duo in the league. We got a top 7 defense. We got everything we need to win. Can we put it together? Can Kirk Cousins put it together?
It's a big
For 1
question
year.
mark.
1 year. Just put it together.
That's a big question mark.
And we got his replacement too. If it doesn't work out this year. Kellen Mond, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M
1,300 snaps, throws. He's got 4 years of experience.
was in the SEC.
A good point. Who brought it up? Ian Rappaport. Somebody like that. Ian Rappaport. The last 10 quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl all had over 1,300 attempts in college. 4 years of it, 3 or 4 years of experience, at least in college, and they've all won Super Bowls the last 10 years. So you need experience. Experience that's the first thing in a good direction. So I'm hyped.
Okay.
I'm hyped.
Nate, tell me if you heard what I heard here. Kirk Cousins ain't the guy, and he's probably not
Pretty
going
much
to get it
what
done.
he's saying is
He's got this year.
Is that what you took out of that?
He said Kirk
This
Cousins
year.
can't get it done. We have a backup to take his spot.
That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
If Aaron Rodgers does not play, the Minnesota Vikings are going to win the division. If Aaron Rodgers plays,
We're still
JV.
winning the
If
division.
Aaron Rodgers even plays, if he's even with the Packers at that point.
We're still going to win the division.
if Aaron Rodgers is with the Packers and plays,
We're better.
you're not winning that division.
We're better.
Nate, let's go ahead and talk about these Baltimore
Bold
Ravens.
prediction. Write it down. Everybody clip it.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Go ahead.
We're
Winning
Give
it.
us your
With
speech.
Rodgers
Give me
or
your
without
speech.
Rodgers. We're winning the division. With or without Rodgers.
Okay.
He can watch
Clip
us
that.
win it. I don't
Clip that.
care. When we
All right.
beat him in week 17, whatever, when we play him again. Last
So
game of the
added
season.
another week,
Yeah.
which is going to make things a little bit more interesting, which is cool. But let's roll over here. Let's talk about the most important thing, the one thing that I've just been slaying on Twitter about the goddamn Ravens. The Ravens got to bring this man, Lamar Jackson, some goddamn help because Lord knows, I mean, we don't even know if he can really throw a ball because he's not throwing it to anybody. I get it. You got Hollywood Brown over there, but outside of Hollywood Brown, and really Hollywood Brown's just a deep threat. He's a good route runner, but he's not.
They got Sammy
That guy.
Watkins, didn't they?
But
They
Sammy
They
Watkins.
sent two wide receivers.
Is
running
Sammy
back.
Watkins your dynamic game changer, though?
No, but what do you
guy's
do?
been
It
hurt.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
who you have
You
out
get
there.
him, Sammy Watkins. You got Hollywood Brown, and what did they do in the first round? Get Jesse Bateman. Is that his name? Jesse Bateman from Minnesota. Rashad Bateman. I don't know why I'm saying Jesse Bateman. Rashad Bateman from Minnesota. Solid. Big, tall, fast
it doesn't matter
receiver.
if he has the fucking best receivers in the game because he's
got
can't
no
throw
more
the ball.
excuses.
He doesn't know how to throw the ball.
Well, and this is what makes it super interesting is that the Ravens organization haven't completely sold themselves on Lamar Jackson. They're still under negotiations as far as his extending his contract, which is super interesting. And the reason I bring that up is
there's a reason.
What can you get for Lamar Jackson? Because in my opinion, I like Lamar Jackson.
You're not going to get anything.
He's a cool dude. It seems like a good guy. I don't know him personally, but
I mean, if you're coming up, you're the defending team going against you. You know how to shut me out, shut down the running game. You know I can't throw the ball. How you to shut that down? Like it's literally up to you to shut. Like if you can't stop the running game, you know what I'm going to do. That's your fault.
The thing about Lamar Jackson is if he doesn't get re-signed or whatever, they put his option on, right? He's not paid yet.
Yeah, he's not.
So if he gets in the free agent market, will he even be a starter?
Do you think he'll come
for
out
another
hungrier?
team? I don't think so.
To get a contract, you think he'll come out hungry this year?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much hungry you can.
Like passer.
That's what. Yeah. Like whenever people when people say that.
So much in the NFL,
yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, in college, yeah, you can get away with it. But when you got a guy 6'5", 310
that
pounds,
runs the same speed,
almost same speed as you coming at you. Like you tell me what quarterback in the league last running the ball? Nobody.
No.
RG3, what his fourth ACL surgery?
Yeah, it was done.
I mean, you don't run the ball in the NFL like this. No, you don't. Sorry.
I like this right here that we just saw. Ravens Browns over the Ravens. 100% agree with that statement.
Who said that?
Browns.
Who said that?
Jose Hyman, my cousin out in Hereford, Texas. Shout out.
I don't know. Their QBs are in the same situation. They're going all in. Both of these teams are going all in to try to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Isn't a star. Really.
Lamar.
Nobody. If Lamar has
his
his chance in Baltimore. He's gonna have his chance in Baltimore. If he doesn't get re-signed, doesn't get that big contract, he's not gonna start for another team.
Realistically,
realistically,
he would though. Like
how many organizations like the Ravens organization can put Lamar in a successful position?
Well, because just like it's
and how many years does he have left? It's too much of a risk.
Harbaugh to even run the ball as much as he did this year, because Harbaugh isn't a running guy. He likes to throw the ball. So,
and really think about this is like
way too much.
Well, when you look at the Ravens, like Joe Flacco, right? They won a Super Bowl that year, but also Joe Flacco had a run similar to Nick Foles. Yeah, and they were riding on that defense more than anything. So if you could say that defense won in that Super Bowl, and then Joe Flacco just kind of, was a great game manager. Kind of similar thing here. I get what you're saying because you're basically saying like if Lamar goes, he's going to be similar to Joe Flacco, but he's more athletic. So really, you could throw him. You could throw him on a lot of teams, and those teams are going to be successful. But how far is that team going to get, and how much are you willing to spend? That's the real question. No, but you're talking about, is a team going to go out there and give him top 5 quarterback money? In my opinion, hell no. I wouldn't. If I'm Baltimore,
if he could throw the ball, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I think him and Baltimore are knocking heads when the negotiations are coming up, because Baltimore is saying like, I can't really sell myself on you. He's like, but look at my accolades here. Look at everything that I've accomplished. Look how much I've won an MVP. And then they're like, dude, but we can't get – he's won one playoff game. Exactly. And even then, it didn't look good.
Just when they played Tennessee the year before last, they got freaking smoked.
Yeah, and Tennessee's defense stunk. We're talking –
he couldn't do anything. They shut down the run.
They were in the back end.
They shut down the run, and that was it.
Yeah. And then Bills came to town, shut boy up.
Do you want to pay a guy like that? No, I don't. Because after 5 years, if you can't develop into a passer, you're not going to be valuable to a team that needs a quarterback that's going to win them games. How valuable are you going to be year 7, year 8, running the ball? Can you even last that long?
Patrick Mahomes,
he's not going to be worth nothing.
So
he's not going to be worth nothing.
But look at what Patrick Mahomes is like the injuries that he's already had, and I hope that he's probably the greatest thing for the NFL. So we don't want to see him hurt. But at what point? And he's a baseball player, so he's got to slide. They got to protect him, which is what the Chiefs already have brought in. They brought in 3 Pro Bowlers down there in Kansas City. Everybody wants to go to Kansas City, win a championship. So that for Lamar though, this like you said, this is it. They drafted him a wide receiver. It would have been good if this is what's crazy. We got to remember this offseason, nobody wanted to sign in Baltimore. Juju took almost, I think it was like $6-8 mil less to stay with Pittsburgh because he didn't want to sign with Baltimore. Galladay didn't want. He didn't want.
But
Nobody
also
wanted
Juju's doing an extra year playing with Big Ben. He's going to go all out this year to get hopefully that big contract next year.
But with the draft, I mean,
so be familiar
with the draft. Do you guys think the stock of wide receivers is actually going down because of how good these guys coming out of the draft actually are?
I mean, last year was crazy.
Year, last year was insane.
But that doesn't happen. I don't think that happens like
that often.
No. But you got both guys from Alabama that come out, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. I think Jalen Waddle is going to be better than Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Way better. Devontae Smith is kind of –
I low-key kind of hope he stinks because he's with the Eagles, but –
I think he'll be good. I just don't think he's going to be –
Back to your Ben Roethlisberger's question. Do you think it'll be his last year? Think it'll be done after this?
Big Ben should have been done last year. Yeah. Big Ben should have been done the year before.
You think he's going to try and go all out, get it in there, and be done?
There's no more going all out. I mean, he's going to go all out, get hurt week 2, and then Steelers are going to have to address that. Yeah.
No, he's not. I think he's
been in the league too.
The guy fucking stinks right now. The guy can't throw past 10 yards. Everything's a goddamn dump route. Everything that Juju or what's the name from Notre Dame? Their other wide receiver. I'm sorry, his name's kind of
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, Chase Claypool. Everything that they've done it's all yards after the catch. And how much? Same thing with them as we were saying about Lamar Jackson is how much because ultimately a dump route is almost an extended running play, really.
But I mean that's what it is. Yards after the catch is what you need to have. So that's why you pay the guys.
But when that's the only thing that you can rely on, it's going to happen exactly how it happened to the Steelers this last year. They're going to win so many games and get away with so many games because that defense is that good. And then they're going to go and lose to a team that has a defense.
Good team. They're not.
The Browns are good.
The
Browns are good, though.
The Steelers have always had this problem. The Steelers are good, but when it comes to teams that are at their competition or higher, you see the flaws that they really have. Like they're just one of those teams that's just. I don't know if they're coached well, but I think they're not disciplined well. Like I just think there's a lot of mistakes, you see that when they play a better team. You know, we saw at the end of last season. Like, I don't know. That's just my thing about this.
The Browns are winning this goddamn division. As I told you last year, this team is getting better and
they're
better.
all in. Right now they're all in because first of all, you don't know if you want to re-sign Baker to a huge contract. You don't know that yet. He hasn't sold you, just like how Lamar hasn't sold Baltimore. I feel like this is it for both of them. You have to come through this year, make a deep run. It's got to be AFC Championship. It's got to be Browns and Ravens. Like that's how these guys get both re-signed. If they don't get re-signed, like if they come up short, don't be surprised if they're on the market.
Yeah,
don't be surprised.
100% agree.
Neither of them are sold to the organization.
I was hyped on Baker last year. You told me to chill out a couple times,
and he came through. And he had good moments.
But, I mean, he didn't
But that's not enough
He
yet.
just did enough to not lose the game. And that's what Cleveland needs.
But they literally no, because they're going to have to go up against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they're going to win the goddamn Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's not going to get them through. It's not going to get them through. That's what they want. Cleveland needs a Super Bowl.
Cleveland just wants to win another playoff game. Let's be real here. But is Baker Mayfield the answer to get us to the NFC or the AFC championship over there? I don't think so because you're going to have another situation
every single
where Jimmy Garoppolo
team in the AFC says, "Do we have a quarterback that can outplay Patrick Mahomes?" No. Bye. Next in line.
Here's the question that needs to start being asked.
That's all it's going to be the next 12 years.
Do we have a quarterback that can compete with Patrick Mahomes offensively? Because we've seen what Buccaneers did to them, and we even saw. Even the Browns though when they played Kansas City out before Patrick Mahomes had gotten hurt.
Baker Mayfield had the opportunity of a lifetime. Take down Patrick Mahomes. Injured Patrick Mahomes.
But here's the unfortunate thing.
Unfortunate
thing for the Browns in that game was the defense was what even had them in that situation. And the defense kind of screwed them also late in that game.
A little bit.
Now they brought in Javion Clowney.
Who didn't do anything last year.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
The Titans
had a bad year.
The Titans completely stunk. That whole defense stunk. Verbal supposed to be a defensive-minded guy. So how much can you really put that on the players when the entire team stinks? You can't really put too much. I don't think you could put that much pressure on them when that whole team stunk. Now you're going into a team that's already built. They already have – I mean, they have life. That team has life. That whole city is rock. That whole thing is rocking right now. New Mexico's rocking with the goddamn Raiders. I still hear that dog pound barking over there, bro. That's how intense it is for these Cleveland Browns. We even got bandwagons jumping on that Brown train like me and you did that game because it's hard not to buy in with how passionate those fans are. That's going to translate to the field, especially whenever you get an entire packed house there at the dog pound. It's hard to really root against Cleveland going into this year, and I am fucking stoked. I'm fucking stoked for this Cleveland Brown team. But let's go here. Who won the draft? Who won the draft? Outside of what you think the Minnesota Vikings did.
I think Atlanta, they had some good picks. They had Kyle Pitts, who's going to be, if they don't get rid of Julio this year.
Okay, touch on Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, did you think that was a smart move by Atlanta?
Yeah.
So do you
they still believe in Matt Ryan.
That was my next question.
They still believe in Matt Ryan. You pair him up with Calvin Ridley, Julio.
So you think Julio's still gonna get out of town?
I think he's gonna stay.
They had to ride this offense out. I mean,
ride out.
Let's be real. This offense has been on paper amazing, right?
Yeah.
On paper, this team looks insane. It's really been that offensive line that hasn't been addressed because Matt Ryan can't sit out there in the pocket because he's not the new age quarterback that can get outside the pocket. But let's not act like that fucking defense out there in Atlanta isn't shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They've been bad.
Like, so for them to go and trade, which makes sense. I'm assuming that they're going to trade Julio to try to get some assets on defense, right? That's the only play. If there's no play there, then you just keep them. Yeah. And those contracts stink, man. Matt Ryan's getting paid so much money. It's insane. Yeah. They can't do anything. They're handicapped.
There's a lot of teams that had good drafts, though.
Let's go here. Let's go Niners. What'd you guys think about Niners going safe? I thought they went safe getting Trey Lance. Yeah. Basically, what I got out of that pick is that Jimmy G's their guy.
I think it's going to be a competition. Yeah, I think there could be a competition, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a win-win. If Trey Lance shows something in practice or in the offseason, then you go, okay, I can take a risk. But at the end of the day, I can always jump back to Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo stinks, you get him out of town next year. It's not going to hit the dead cap as heavy. Or you could trade him. The only thing that can happen, be fucking perfect for the 49ers is Jimmy G starts the season, balls out. But Trey Lance is also balling out at practice or whatever.
Jimmy G stay healthy?
And Jimmy G stays healthy. Now there's some value to Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. And you go ahead and get him out of town. Yeah. Because let's be real, San Francisco don't want him. Yeah. Let's be real there. The guy can't stay healthy to save his life either.
Yeah. They already gave him a chance. Yeah. I like the pick though, because I think Trey Lance was one of those guys. Like I wouldn't mind if the Vikings got him because he's one of those guys. He just doesn't have a lot of starts.
Yeah.
13 starts. We saw how that worked.
Do you think Sunshine can be good in fucking Jacksonville?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be
he's gonna do good?
Oh yeah.
I think if he fails, it's because of Urban Meyer though.
I think if there's any weapons around him. They're gonna build on it. Next year they'll probably get a wide receiver first round.
I just hope they learned from what we saw last year in Cincinnati with Joey Burrow. I mean, like the guy really balled out, but he just had no offensive line, which is what was bonkers whenever they passed an offensive lineman.
You literally have one of the best tackles that's come out in a while. Like Penny Sewell.
Those balls were big in that draft room that day. That worm, them balls grew, son, because they said, Jamar Chase, come on over.
I mean, I guess you get a guy to replace AJ Green, Jamar Chase right there. I like
Jamar Chase. He's a big, aggressive wide receiver.
Your quarterback upright.
Baltimore should have traded up somehow, some way, and go get yourself Jamar Chase because that would have been the playmaker.
I mean,
that they absolutely
Jalen Waddle though. Jalen Waddle is just as good. He might be Jalen Waddle.
I don't think he's as big though. The frame's not all there. Jamar Chase is almost similar. But like, let's remember that your boy, Diggs.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson played with them.
Yeah.
At the time, Chase was actually probably the more explosive wide receiver out of the two. And we saw what your dude's doing.
Yeah.
Jefferson's
LSU. What does LSU make? Wide receivers.
They breed them.
Yeah.
They breed them out there.
Linemen, defensive ends.
Yeah,
that's where Danielle Hunter came from too.
I love it. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and shut this down. Appreciate you coming here, Nate. JB, appreciate you showing up. Guys, this is Speaking Out Loud, man. It's going to be popping this year. We got some new stuff coming for y'all. We got some new segments on Sundays, breakdowns, hype show. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be cool. There's gonna be a whole lot of JB's bringing a different energy this year.
Oh yeah,
There's a whole lot of
there's
love
hope.
out there in
There's
Minnesota. The Dallas Cowboys
There's hope.
aren't gonna stink, hopefully. So you know your boys always bringing that heat. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson's finally got someone to back him up, I think, because Nate also doesn't think that the guy can throw the goddamn ball. So he did, and that's just being realistic. Also, T-Will Tuesdays, we know what's up. T-Will's going to be coming every Tuesday. He's had some shit going on, so we had to pause for a second. But soon we'll be coming back. It's going to be rolling. We're going to be rocking. New setup, got a new house, so we're going to get the new setup going. We're going to have multiple cameras. This thing's going to be rocking, man. I'm pumped. I'm excited. This is Speaking Out Loud, and I appreciate you guys joining the show.
Peace.